Happy Black History Month. Do y'all remember how y'all felt when y'all first saw this video? How do you feel watching this video now? How does your spirit feel? Matter of fact, y'all know what Carnival is in Brazil? Let me show y'all something. Yo, look at that. That is not AI. That is Brazil. Look at that. What do you think of when you see that? What does your spirit feel like? Happy Black History Month, y'all. This is Black History alive. Look at all of those people. I'm going to tell you what I thought when I saw this. I was like, man, look at all that work. That is a lot of work that they had to do to put effort into that. That is amazing craftsmanship. I'm wondering how they felt. Look at that. I was wondering how they felt in their spirit when they saw all the details that had to go into all of that embroidery, all of the different outfits that they have on, the woodwork that they had to study and practice, and just to see the joyous, not just the celebration. Before the celebration happened, it was spiritual to just complete that. Let me show y'all something else. I'm gonna put the link to this in the description because I don't want to take too much of y'all time. But look at that. That's me rapping, doing my thing. They took forever to post this, and I was super grateful that they picked me. They picked their 16 favorite 16s, and I made the cut. Shout out to NFO. Shout out to the rapper Murs. Let me write that down to make sure I put my freestyle in the description. Okay, so why am I talking about all of this, y'all? So, my bad for hitting the microphone. Like it says in the title, I want y'all to reimagine what spirituality actually is. Matter of fact, I wanna, if y'all will, do me a favor right now. Think right now about a friend of yours that you haven't talked to in a long time. And I'm not talking about somebody who you fell out with, nothing like that. Whether they're dead or alive, whether the reason you can't see them is because they're physically no longer here, or maybe the reason that you're not able to see them is because they live far away, or maybe it's because everybody broke and it's kind of difficult for us to link up nowadays. Think about how it would feel to see that person right now and have the ability to hang out with them, have the ability to, go to a party or, are y'all familiar with a creator by the name of FD Signifier? Because I saw FD Signifier upload a video for Tyler Perry, not for Tyler Perry. He was actually getting on Tyler Perry's ass. That shit was funny as hell. Not in a literal way, pause, because you already know how Tyler Perry get down. We're going to talk about him a little bit later. But seriously though, in the video, one of the things that actually stuck out to me was the part where FD was building a table with his friends. And the way he described that moment, he was like, we all don't, like he got a family, kids and a wife and all of that, and he do this YouTube shit, so maybe that brings him away from it. But he definitely has the resources and the capability to link up with his people. But he said he hadn't done that in so long. It had been so long since all of them had been able to get together. And I wonder if he perceived that moment as spiritual, because I did. I have fucking got distracted by that from the whole Tyler Perry shit. And I was like, man, that's actually precious. I like that. Happy Black History Month. You familiar with FD Signifier? If you're familiar with Lil Bill, we're gonna talk about him too. Are y'all familiar with him? Lil Bill, are y'all familiar with Foreign Man in a Foreign Land? Are y'all familiar with Foreign Man in a Foreign Land? Are y'all familiar with Color Man? Are y'all familiar with Elliot Sang? If not, that's cool. We're going to talk about them for a little bit. But if you are familiar, that will help a lot. But even if you're not familiar, still just stay here. We're going to talk about this spirituality shit, and this is all going to make a whole lot of sense. Trust me. So All of these people, they do YouTube, and they all mean well. And they're also very, very entertaining. It's just that a lot of times that side of the internet, that side of politics, that side of YouTube, I end up disagreeing a lot with a lot of the things that they say because it seems often very inconsistent. But before I criticize anybody, let me criticize myself by quoting FD Signifier, something he said that it's been ringing in my head like a lot. Like I've been like, damn, that shit. Like I'm glad he said that shit because, well, like I said, I'm gonna criticize myself first. So the statement he made was, the more radical / revolutionary you are, the less people-centered you can be. The less radical / revolutionary you are, the less people-centered you can be. And he says this is because many people have attachments to and are dependent on entities that revolutionary / radicals ultimately seek to destroy or at the very least radically revolutionize. And this applies to me because, you know, I'm often in the mind space of crashing out or at the very least being, you know, on some self-isolation shit. And this is also why I, 1, have no room for religion. 2, I view the alleged left as inconsistent, like I said. Because 3, all spirituality is self-centered and self-serving. This brings me to Lil Bill. So Lil Bill also has a quote. He has a remixed quote that he says, everyone wants to die for the revolution, but no one wants to do the dishes. So from my research, it was allegedly Dorothy Day who actually said, everyone wants a revolution, but no one wants to wash the dishes. Point is, when I heard him say that, I took it literally and personally because I've always felt like I was a person who's had like more energy and more attention, more willpower than a lot of the people around me, i.e. a person who is willing to both do the dishes and, especially nowadays, after discovering that whole time I've been low-key suicidal for a while, risk his life. Oh, that's just fucking perfect. That might be a good opportunity for y'all to hit the Cash App. Something told me to bring some damn extra tape, but that's how y'all know this is real life. This is motherfucking real life. Real trap shit. We make it look easy. Nah, but yeah, if that shit falls again, it just falls again. You gotta just roll with the fucking punches. But anyway, hit the Cash App or something. Anyway, or the Venmo. But anyway, so I say clean the kitchen before you wash the dishes. That way, by the time you're ready to wash the dishes, it'll be less overwhelming. I.e., don't work backwards. I thought I heard the fall again, but anyway, Bill, just like Dorothy Day, they're Christian. And Bill, just like Dorothy Day, feels that their Christianity at best contributes to their work with and work for community, justice, etc., i.e. liberation theology. Go Google that for a laugh. And at worst, doesn't hinder their work with or for community, justice, etc. Here's my thing. That's proof that spirituality is self-centered. When you promote your interpretation of the Bible, God, Jesus, whatever, you are not promoting your interpretation. You are promoting the Bible, God, and Jesus. Think about it like this. You're a whole time insinuating that you're more wise than the people who wrote the damn book, and you can say what should and shouldn't be in the book, or at the very least, what shouldn't be followed. As if y'all motherfucking Christian ops like MAGA, like the slave owners who gave you the religion to begin with. I'm gonna say this again, like I've said in other videos. I don't give a fuck about what y'all saying with Ethiopia. You're not Ethiopian. You are not from the Middle East. You're not from nowhere near there, and you don't descend from nobody that come from that part of the world. The reason Christianity spread, the reason Abrahamic religions are ubiquitous is because of colonialism, rape, robbery, removal, slavery, etc. You can't have that without that. So stop saying that it came from that shit don't mean nothing. But anyway, as if y'all Christian ops like MAGA or slave owners or rapist Catholic priests or rapist Protestant black Christians like Tyler Perry or Eddie Long. Yeah, we didn't forget. I didn't forget. Aren't doing the same type of cherry picking to benefit them while they wreak havoc. Let's clean the kitchen first. Get rid of it all. Get rid of it all. It's self-centered and self-serving. Because nobody prays to end world hunger. In fact, there's parts in the Bible because see, this is how you can tell. This is how you can tell when somebody holds on to certain parts of the Bible that they respect. So anytime somebody says, oh, you can't use this part of the Bible, you can't use a part of the Bible that they made a fucking song out of. Y'all know that song that goes, I never seen it, been a lot of places and a lot of things, but I never, you know what I'm saying? Hype it up. That song says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. What does that mean? That basically means if you're a Christian and you're righteous, I talked about this in my Martin Luther King video, recipes of Martin Luther King. Happy Black History Month. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying that. Happy Black History Month. I'm going to keep saying that. But anyway, and I'm going to upload this tomorrow. I'm going to upload this tomorrow on the last day of Black History Month. But at any rate, so that song is saying either, and that verse that the song comes from is saying, if you're a Christian and you righteous, you're not going to be forsaken. Or if you are forsaken, you must not be that righteous. That's some self-centered bullshit. It's like, oh, we gonna be taken care of. The Bible says we gonna be taken care of. If you not being taken care of, then that means something is fucking wrong with you. And obviously, that's some self-centered bullshit. Also, I'm not done with the rest of the spirituality either. Y'all all finna get cooked. Because this ain't just about the Bible. This ain't just about Christianity. This ain't just about Abrahamic religions. Because nobody ever puts world peace on their vision board. You know what they put on their vision board? To boost their career or to find their soulmate. And don't get me started on you fucking Zodiactivist assholes. The Zodiactivists, y'all discriminate against y'all own people based on the day they was born. So how the fuck y'all think we gonna work together and you looking at people through the lens of, oh, you know, I need to know this person's sign because I don't get along with certain people of a self-centered bullshit, man. Anyway, there's another YouTuber named Elliot Sang. Elliot Sang recently uploaded a video about that white devil that white British devil. Oh, imagine thinking the best about a British white man with wealth. I don't give a fuck what condition you got. He is from the colonizer's stomping ground. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. That's a devil. He looked like a devil. Motherfucker looked like remember that cartoon Gargoyles? Gargoyle, brick face ass boy, motherfucking Stonehenge head ass boy. Nah, but anyway, he made this video talking about how, you know, this is ableist for Jamie Foxx to say that he meant that shit. So let me just say this real quick. It's a young lady who does her thing, right, on Instagram. She's a person who she says she has a specific type of Tourette's, and she does like content creation or whatever. Her tics are things that seemingly are reflective of shit that she consumes. Think about it like this, G. She looks like somebody that definitely loves anime and video games. I don't know who the fuck Corey Kenshin is, but I'm pretty sure he's like in the black nerd space or whatever. And whenever she do her shit, she be Corey Kenshin. And I'm like, okay. I guess that's where that shit comes from. It's like a dream. Like people be trying to decipher dreams and shit. Dreams is just reflections of your consumption. All the shit you ever tasted, smelled, touched, all of that shit, that's what all the shit that's dancing around in your hippocampus, that's what a dream is, just a random expression of that. I feel like, if anything, Tourette's may not be that different. Also, let me say this. Before anybody say I got too much dip on my chip, I was in special ed. And this is also why I have a lot of hate in my heart for this white man and for people that's not understanding why black people is not fucking with this shit. Because a lot of us grew up in special ed. I was raw dogging my special needs because my parents don't believe in that drug shit. So I didn't take, this whole time, I have not taken one pill, not no Ritalin, not no Adderall, none of that shit. Just once I turned 16, I started smoking weed. That's about it. But other than that, no. And shit, what the fuck we gonna do? You know, the thing, not that this y'all business or nothing, but the thing that I was allegedly diagnosed with was called impulse control disorder. Is just like what it sounds like. You have a controlling your impulses, which kind of sounds like what Tourette's is. Probably fucking baby brother Tourette's that doesn't get as much popularity. So if I had to figure out how to conquer, it's like this Chicago, motherfuckers not finna, him don't know no better. People not finna do that, at least not as often as it happens for white people, which is why we not finna let our foot off his fucking neck. Because just like y'all was trying to make the case for, oh yeah, it's black people in the disabled community and it's disabled people in the black community, or however you want to see it. Point is, what people should have been doing, people was coming to cape for this white man. I'm like, why are y'all doing that? Y'all should be like, yo, we was black and we was not allowed to move like that. Bars. But anyway, let's talk about a black woman who Elliot Sang made a video about, Cardi B. And yes, Cardi B is a black woman because her and Glorilla got the same grandfather. Y'all seen Glorilla was like, that's my cousin. Nah, but anyway, either Cardi B is black or Glorilla is Afro-Latina, however you want to see it. Fuck you talking about. But anyway, so Cardi B goes on some rampage talking about fat people or whatever, right? She was talking about people in her particular, what do you call it, her fan base or whatever. She was calling them, you know, different names or whatever. And from her fan base, people kind of understood that the shit was directed towards them. The reason why Elliot Sang thought that it would be appropriate, he didn't say this, even though I've seen Elliot Sang be in videos talking about spirituality, ironically, but he didn't say this, but the reason why they wanted her to say something publicly to all people who may be on the big bone side, because of what it did to their spirit. If you are a person who has some sort of insecurities about your weight, etc., and you see somebody as popular as Cardi B getting on there, you know, calling you all kind of, not calling you those names. Let's be clear. She's not necessarily talking to you, but she's talking to people who share commonality with you, and you found that to be, you know, like, oh, some people may think, oh, you don't necessarily take it personal because it's not aimed at you, or even if something is aimed at you, some people say don't take it personal. But the point is, the impact that it has on your spirit is just not, you feel me, up for debate. That's gonna happen. It may affect some people more than others, but the whole reason that someone would ask Cardi B to apologize is because of the potential impact it had on other people's spirit. Now, that being said, this white devil who said, nigger, in the motherfucking BAFTAs and shit, allegedly he was talking to no one because it was a tick or whatever, but just so happened to say that shit when it was two black people on stage. Now, my thing is, cool. Elliot is like, okay, maybe he did a little apology allegedly to those two people on the hush-hush. Cool, if that's true. However, just like Elliot Sang said in his video, when he yelled out, nigger, or whatever the fuck, or nigger, bitch, or whatever, when he yelled that out, there were other black people in the audience. And there were other black people, such as myself, who witnessed that, who, yes, did have an impact on our spirits. So yes, that devil needs to apologize publicly, because just like you were saying that shit about a black woman need to apologize, then you need to make a white man apologize too. Keep that shit consistent. This is why I say people on the alleged left are too fucking inconsistent. And this is why I have to be as critical and as vocal as I am about the shit y'all do, because y'all never stay fucking consistent. Now, with that being said, moving forward to the whole what I say right here? Moving forward to the whole concept of we got to put our differences aside in order to build. My question is, which differences get to stay? Whose differences? Because going back to the whole faith-based thing, if a movement is faith-based and I'm an atheist, right? And it's in the description. It's not just, it just so happens to be that it's in the description. If something is a Christian-led movement and that's in the title, right? We ain't putting our differences aside. I am. I'm putting my differences aside. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, let's talk about two other YouTubers. Color Man and Foreign Man in a Foreign Land. That shit raw. I ain't gonna lie. That shit catchy in the motherfucker. Also, your name, Peter? I thought your name was Ransford. Whatever. Anyway, salute to y'all for trying to reclaim working out and combat from the red pill douchebags and shit. Good luck with that. Because y'all should also try to reclaim cleaning your room from Jordan Peterson. But then y'all will have to hold yourselves accountable and change y'all rhetoric. Y'all have to change a lot of y'all rhetoric, because just like it's swoletariat today, but it was stop saying big back yesterday, Elliot saying, it's nobody wants to wash the dishes today, but it was telling me to clean my room is ableist yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Inconsistent. Nah. In closing, I'm going to say it's clean your room and it's let's clean the kitchen. Notice I said let's. We don't need spirituality to protect, work with, and enjoy community. Protecting, working with, and enjoying community is spirituality. Now, with that being said, hit the like, hit the Cash App, hit the Venmo. Peace.